Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. We're going to start this week with a map that hangs over from the beginning of last week. Do you remember I wanted to review a map, but unfortunately the DLC wasn't available when I wanted to do the review. The DLC came out, was it Tuesday of last week, and I needed the DLC on the weekend to be able to review the map. Unfortunately, couldn't do it, but can do it now, so let's have a look at it. Now, you may recognise the creator name. We have done them in the past, and they're part of a trio of creators that you'll see on Twitch and on YouTube, including a Leader of the Monkeys and somebody called Imperial Jedi, that I'm sure most of you will have seen some of their videos on YouTube. So part of that little group, and they did a launch party map, and this was it, and we're going to give it a little bit of a review. But before we do that, there's something I need you to do. Could you just sign some paperwork for me right here, and while you're at it, could you hit the like button, please? That's right, hitting the like button really does help to support the channel. Thank you very much for all of your support and everything that you do for me. Right, let's crack on and review this map, shall we? It's a goodie. It's Clearton Shores, a fickle, yeah, it should be official, but that's their spelling mistake, not mine. 12-hour launch party map by Esley. Oops, spelling error, Esley. Oops. There's your start square. More water than land, but it's good build playing what there is there to start on. The resources, well, you'd expect this based on a map designed for Industries DLC. Lots of resources going on everywhere. And then off to the workshop, what do we need? And the answer is... it's a one-click collection. I think we should have a look at the one-click collection. There's just a few bits. Not too many. Oh, and a spelling error in the collection name as well. Oh, I love you, Esley. I really do. Right, we've got just tropical theme, natural colour LUT, and some trees. And that's it. And the trees are Fidelmo, TPB, and Mr. Maison. So they're good trees as well. Now, we are down the ground level and we are following perfectly nice highways. You're going to expect some standards in this map, okay? The map has been built specifically to be built on for the launch party DLC. The launch party for their DLC for their series. So it has been a blank canvas for their own particularly. Oh my god, my tongue has fallen out. So let me just reattach it. I think it's back in there. Yes, it's been built for their own particular use, but of course it's useful for all of us, and it's nice of them to share. It's nice to share things, isn't it? Well, as you can tell, there's not much going on along here. We do a bend off to the left now. Now, this is where things might get a bit interesting. They bent off to the right now. It's mundane, but that's fine. Absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with mundane, so it's a good map for building on. See the selection of trees as well. We've got a good selection of trees, nice ones as well. The big tropical type and the spruces. Oh, nice. Oh, intersection. Start square intersection. Okay, now we can get down to business, guys. There is your start square intersection. It's quite elongated, and we've got a little highway connection to there. Obviously, you'll want to downgrade the highway to something more appropriate, but there's your start square. Lots of flat build space there, and it does extend a little bit out into the ocean. You get the tip of this island to build on as well if you're going vanilla rules, and why wouldn't you? Well, many reasons. Okay, this intersection looks perfectly lovely, doesn't it? Got a couple of minor problems with it. Pillars. There should be a pillar about there. It looks like it's hovering. I don't think that would take its weight of concrete. And under here, there's a missing pillar as well. That's a curious one. That's more curious than the first one. I can't see any reason why there should be a pillar missing from there. The other place, I can see why it was removed. Absolutely see why it was removed. Oh, look, there's a tree in the middle there. Hello, tree. Yeah, I can see why the higher one was removed, but it does look a little bit unsafe. The lower one, I think there should be a pillar there, personally. Just a minor thing. Right, okay, we'll wander off around this way, and it's going to get a bit boring again now, isn't it? You can, oh, another tree. Hello, tree. Let's have a closer look at that tree. Hello, tree. It's a tree in the middle. As long as it's not on the road, that's all that matters to us. We don't like trees on the roads in this game, do we? Because it's a bit silly. It doesn't take much to remove a tree from a road. Bulldoze or move it. Either one of those would do. Oh, look, there's an encroaching tree. Speak of the devil, we found one. It's just creeping onto the pavement. Yeah, well, grab pavement, the highway. I think we'll let that one go because it's not too bad, that one. We can't be too grumbly about encroaching trees. So these on the other hand, these are a little bit naughty. Just a little bit naughty. How did you miss these, Hesley? How? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, now we're going to go into a bridge. Now, it's a nice bridge. I have no major problems with the bridge. If anything, I would just say that possibly it doesn't quite need to be that high. If that's going to be, I mean, that's a minor grumble. Minor grumble. I have no problems with it at all, really. The height of it is perfectly fine, really. I just probably would have had it slightly lower, personally. Now, here, I would like to have seen this moved out a little bit as well. The inclines, it's not, once again, not too steep by any stretch of the imaginations. But as we're going up and then going down on the other side, I'm not talking about 100% cutting through there, but just like a slight ease of transition cutting. And then we're going back up again. Now, you're going to say, hang on, this is a bit tenuous. Possibly a little bit tenuous, if I'm honest with you, because we're now going to drop back down and go to the edge of the map. Having said that, if you're going to have the road coming in at this location, which, hey, fine, there might be a city off in that direction, there is a slightly more cleaner route you could take, because we do have this hill in the middle there. And I probably would have taken the transition, maybe, right, let's try to think, possibly from about here, yeah, there's a more direct, cleaner, straight line route across here, through here, a little cutting through here, and then dropping it down the other side a little bit. That's basically, I think, what I would do. Just a slightly more direct route rather than looping up the side of the hill there. Right, now the rail. Fortunately, there are no trees on the rail. I know I've got the fog on. It'll upset a couple of people, but we're not really looking at that. We are moving straight away from the fog immediately. They're in the fog. We kind of ignore things that are in the fog, that are that deep into the fog, but they are on the line. Now, the rest of this, I'm going to tell you now, is a bit boring. You might want to skip forward. No, you don't want to skip forward, do you? Because you know I could be tricking you at any given moment, that there could be a whole bank of trees on the line, or a whole missing section of railway completely altogether. Hello, train. Goodbye, train. Except for, well, there isn't. There's nothing at all wrong with this, apart from it's a bit dull. But then, it's America, I'm imagining here. And rail lines in America do tend to go on for incredibly long distances in straight lines. Because I live on an island, you see, an island, the United Kingdom, we're used to having rail lines have to go round things because you carry on too long in a straight line, you end up in the... Oh, hang on, there's trees. Okay, right, we're off out the 25 tiles again and we've got encroaching trees. Darn it. I'll tell you what, let's do this instead. Head off to Assetville for today's asset of the day. Now, today's one is a little bit different. Yes, Assetville is empty. It's clear. Now, if you've been watching the workshop, you will be aware of an outstanding new thing. We'll call it a thing because it's not really an asset, although it is an asset. Let's pull back now. Are you watching? Are you watching? Look at this. There. The animated seafoam by Ronic69. Loving the shadows it's leaving actually on the beach as well. Placement of that is, it's all about placement. There are 3 different animations that you can use, and there's something that's supposed to darken the seafoam as well, although I couldn't get that one to make any difference. Personally, I am not really an expert with these things. It's a really lovely thing there by Ronix, and you can do a better job of it than me. That's Animated Seafoam by Ronix69. And off to Themington Island for this week's theme and LUT combo. Now, it's called Deluxe Theme by Uritar. That's the theme, except for that's not how it appears in your theme list in your content manager. I don't remember the name that came up. I'll try and look it up for tomorrow if I can. But yes, Deluxe Theme by Uritar is how it is found on the workshop. I chose it because it looks the best of the new themes that were out this week. With Sea's Milky Tropic LUT, just for something a bit different. Right, okay, factoids, because factoids. And this week we're going to look at fear. Hans Christian Andersen, the what's he called, novelist, I guess, was so frightened of dying in a fire that he always carried a rope to escape. I don't know if he always carried one, but maybe he carried one often. A survey undertaken in the United States that showed that only 19% of those interviewed feared death more than anything else. I've got to say, death is something to be wary of, because you never know when it's coming. Okay, back to Clearton Shores, a fickle 12-hour launch party map by Esley. Sorry, official, but it is official. That is the official spelling on the workshop. We have shipping routes. We have this one that goes all the way across there. There is another one that just edges around the top part of the map to allow you to get to the top side of this island as well. So yes, shipping routes, there are shipping routes, can't moan about those. Let's have a look at the water flow. Now this one worried me a little bit, okay, because we've got water flow coming in from the edge of map, and coming over this side we've got water flow coming in from the edge of map as well, and I feared that roughly in the middle, which is roughly where the start square is, it would be dead water. But we have water flow there as well. Now you might be able to see in a moment, I haven't shown it too well in the actual video review itself, that there are plenty of drain points and water flow points on the water itself. So anyway, that is actually good work by Esley. Well done for that. Let's have a look at the start square, and loads of trees there. A lot of those will be demolished obviously in the build process, and you can extend out into the ocean. That obviously might be interesting for like a ferry map, maybe this one. I think definitely lots of build plane out here for ferries, and industrial as well. Plenty of options actually. Now the islands are very, oh hello, we've got a is that a sunken ship? Yes, beached on the sandbank. Nice little touch, well done. Nice to see that one. Yes, plenty of options with the islands, although they're like, I don't like the shape of them, especially one. We'll get to that in a minute. We go inland though. We've got some right nice looking hills. Love the texture work used by the tropical theme here for the sides of the cliffs. They look really good. And then down here we've got a valley that is it's very buildable. Lots of build plane down here as well. Slightly more hilly, obviously. Getting down here is a bit difficult, I've got to say, because we've got the hill ridge there. And you could come break off of the highway at this end of the map and come off this way. But that's a little bit squeezed for my liking. Then if you look to break in through the hills, maybe, possibly, there's a little, yeah, look at that. That's a little bit lower there. So maybe running a mountain road up and through the pass there, and then down to the other side, or possibly even a tunnel through the mountains. Maybe. There's a couple of options anyway. But yes, plenty of build plane over here as well by the coast, and those islands. Just have one problem with one of those islands, because they're all good size. It's just this one here doesn't make any sense to me. I can't see why it would be that shape. It's like a semi-atoll shape, or a sweet potato fry. But I'm not into it. But all the others I quite like. But anyway, that kind of covers that one. Let's have a look at the resources again, because it was built for resources, and this I think is the high point. Plenty of resources in the islands. Also on this setting you can also see the water points as well. Take a look at those, plenty of them. But yes, lots of fertile land, ore and oil across the map, and yeah, if we come along the coast there, you get a bit of an oily area there, and then if you go inland again, the other side of the hills, it's lots of fertile land. Plenty of options with the resources for the industry DLC. Now, your chance to vote on the map: is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count, because we'll be using it at the end of the month in the Viewer's Choice Top 10, as we do every month now. Okay, are you happy? I'm happy. Shall we settle down and mark this thing up? Okay, tough one for me, I've got to be honest with you. I found this one a little bit tricky. Aesthetically, I like it, I don't love it. I think it's definitely more than a 3-star map. So I'm going to mark it up to a 4, but we're going to call it a low 4. I think a little bit more variation in the trees would be a bonus, but there we are. Detailing. Detailing is okay. There's not really much wrong with it. The question, though, is how much do those trees on the road and the rail out of the 25 tiles matter? To me, they matter enough, but not quite. I don't think it's bad enough across the whole to mark the whole map down to 2 stars. Those are 2-star areas on a 3-star map, so I'm going to give the map 3 stars for detail. Gameplay potential, tricky one again. I would like to see extra connections on the road and rail, but there's plenty of resources. It was built for resources, and for that, do you know what? I'm going to mark it up to 4 stars. Clearton Shores, a fickle 12... you got it anyway. 12-hour launch party map by Esley. Right, anyway, thank you very much for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. There will be a map making tonight. There was a roundabout tutorial yesterday, Asset World yesterday, the top 20 assets yesterday. There's plenty on the channel. You should be subscribed if you're not already. Thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button right now, and I'll see you tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.